Prices go up. The coffee costs more. Rent costs more. Groceries quietly add a few extra numbers to the bill. And somewhere, someone is smiling. Not because they worked harder, not because they invented something, but because prices went up. That's the uncomfortable truth we rarely say out loud. Inflation doesn't make everyone poorer equally. It makes some people richer, very reliably. The real question is not why prices go up. The real question is who actually wins when they do. And the answer is not who you think. Right now, this matters more than ever, because for the last few years, prices across the world jumped faster than wages. Governments called it temporary. Central banks called it necessary. People felt it every single day. So let's slow this down. No jargon, no theories, just the actual mechanics. Imagine prices rise by 10% this year. Your salary does not. That 10% didn't disappear. It moved. Money doesn't vanish. It changes hands. Let's start with the most obvious place: businesses. When prices go up, companies charge more, but their costs don't rise at the same speed. Raw materials might rise slowly. Salaries usually rise last. Rent is often fixed for years. But the price you pay, that changes immediately. That gap between rising prices and slower costs is profit. Not because companies became more efficient, but because inflation gave them permission. This is why during high inflation you often see record corporate profits. Same products, same workers, higher prices. That's not an accident, it's timing. Now here's where it gets more interesting. Debt. Debt is where inflation becomes a silent wealth transfer. Imagine you borrowed 1 million rupees 5 years ago. Prices have gone up. Your salary went up a little. The value of money went down. But your loan still says 1 million. Inflation quietly shrinks debt. You repay yesterday's money with today's weaker money. So who benefits? Borrowers. Big borrowers. Corporations with loans. Real estate investors with mortgages. Governments with massive debt. Inflation is a discount on debt. That's why governments rarely panic about inflation the way citizens do. Their biggest liability, debt, becomes lighter. Now flip the situation. Who loses? People who save in cash. If your money sits in a bank account earning 4% and prices rise 7%, you didn't stay safe. You lost 3% quietly. No alert, no headline, just erosion. Cash feels safe because the number doesn't change, but purchasing power does. So inflation rewards those who owe and punishes those who save. That's not a bug. That's how the system is built. Now let's talk about assets. Houses, stocks, land, anything limited. When prices go up, asset prices usually rise faster. Why? Because assets are priced in money, and money is losing value. So the asset looks like it's becoming more valuable, when really the unit measuring it is shrinking. If you owned a house before inflation spiked, you didn't just own shelter, you owned protection. If you didn't, the ladder just moved higher. This is why inflation quietly widens inequality. People with assets get richer on paper. People without assets chase rising prices. Same economy, two completely different experiences. Now let's introduce the least visible winner. Institutions closest to money creation. Banks. When inflation rises, interest rates usually rise after. Banks adjust loan rates faster than deposit rates, meaning they charge more to lend before they pay more to savers. That spread is income. Also, when prices rise, loan sizes rise. Higher loan amount, same percentage, more absolute profit. Banks don't control inflation, but they are positioned perfectly to monetize it. Now pause for a second. Let's contrast this with the hype. You're told inflation hurts everyone, that it's a collective problem, that we're all in this together. We're not. Inflation is selective. It rewards leverage. It rewards scale. It rewards access. If you have pricing power, debt, assets, or financial flexibility, inflation works for you. If you live paycheck to paycheck, it works against you. That's the uncomfortable math.